Hello everyone, welcome to the hot market dynamic of February 2025. We have 6 articles for you. So the first one is over 22 gigawatt hour of projects were connected to the grid in December. China's newly connected ESS capacity in 2024 is expected to exceed 100 gigawatt hour. On January 1, Energy Storage and Power Market published an article. In December 2024, newly connected projects were widely distributed across 29 provinces, cities, and autonomous regions, including Inner Mongolia, Xinjiang, Qinghai, Hebei, and Gansu. Inner Mongolia recorded the largest operational capacity, exceeding 3 gigawatts, 8 gigawatt hour. Among the newly connected projects in December, standalone energy storage accounted for the largest proportion, representing nearly 60% of megawatt-hour installations. For the entire year of 2024, the proportion of standalone energy storage in megawatt-hour installations is expected to exceed 60%, making it the dominant application form of energy storage in China. Notable projects operational in December include the 300 megawatt, 1,200 megawatt energy storage power station in Ulaanbaatar, Huaneng's 100 megawatt compressed air energy storage power station in Fukang, Xinjiang, the 1,000 megawatt PV and pastoral project in Tala, Hainan, led by China Energy. And the second one is in 2024, China's ESS LCOS is the lowest globally at 96 megawatt hour, which is 26% lower than that in the US, even factoring in the ITC. On 13 January, S&P released Global Energy Storage System Levelized Cost Report. In 2024, Germany is projected to have the highest LCOS at $169 per megawatt hour for a full our system, largely driven by elevated capex and power prices. The United States LCOS is expected to surpass Germany's by 2026 as import tariffs come into effect. In contrast, China is set to achieve the lowest LCOS at 96 US dollar per megawatt hour in 2024, with a forecast reduction of 12% to $84 megawatt hour by 2030. The 30% ITC subsidy could significantly reduce LCOS in the US, but its future is uncertain due to potential policy changes under the Trump administration. The current LCOS in China is 26% lower than the US LCOS, even after factoring in the ITC subsidy. By 2030, behind-the-meter, which is BTM systems, such as residential and commercial and industrial C&I, are expected to see LCOS decreases of 6% and 10% respectively, compared to a more significant 12% decline projected for front-of-the-meter FTM systems. And the third one is Sichuan province plans to adjust the time of use electricity price, with the summer midday flat period becoming the high period and the peak period increasing by 1 hour. On December 23rd, the Sichuan Development and Reform Commission issued a letter soliciting opinions on the notice on further adjusting the time of use electricity price mechanism in our province draft for comments, proposing to adjust the time of use electricity price in order to better respond to the peak shaving requirements of the power system. The main adjustment of peak and valley periods in the draft for soliciting opinions is the noon period from July to September in summer, 12 to 15 o'clock, will be adjusted from the original flight period to high or peak period. The peak hours in July and August have increased from 2 hours to 3 hours. Unlike many regions across the country that set midday period as a low valley or even a deep valley period, Sichuan province has adjusted the midday period to a peak period. This adjustment, on the one hand, brings positive benefits to the revenue of PV power generation, but on the other hand, it's not conducive to promoting users' electricity consumption during this period, which affects the consumption of PV power generation. And the fourth one is Trump to end the Green New Deal. On January 20th at 12 noon Eastern Time, Trump took the oath of office as the 47th President of the US in the Capitol. According to Xinhua News, Trump signed an executive order on the 20th announcing that the U.S. would withdraw from the Paris Agreement on climate change. He also signed an executive order to repeal nearly 80 policies from the Biden administration. On the same day, Trump also announced that he would sign a series of executive orders, including declaring a national emergency at the southern border and sending troops to combat the catastrophic invasion of illegal immigration, declaring a national energy emergency to increase traditional energy production, ending the Biden administration's Green New Deal, and revoking electric vehicle subsidies to save the U.S. traditional auto industry, establishing a foreign tax bureau to impose tariffs on foreign imports. It is expected that with Trump back in office, the U.S. green energy market, especially the PV industry, may face significant changes. Under the high profits and local IRA policy support, many leading Chinese PV companies have set up factories in the U.S. since 2023, including LONGi, JA, Jinko, and Trina, with many companies announcing they have already received support from the IRA Act. And now we come to the fifth one. Taiwan's Ministry of Economic Affairs announced the PV feed-in tariff for 2025 with the highest of 5.7 new Taiwan dollars. Taiwan's Ministry of Economic Affairs stated that the feed-in tariff for PV systems below 10 kilowatt will remain at 5.7 new Taiwan dollars, which is 0.17 US dollars per kilowatt hour, aiming to further support the adoption of solar energy by households and small businesses. The Ministry of Economic Affairs revealed that in the first half of 2025, the feed-in tariff will range from 3.5 new Taiwan dollars, which is 0.11 US dollars per kilowatt hour, to 5.7 new Taiwan dollars, which is 0.17 US dollars per kilowatt hour, depending on the size of PV power station system. In the second half of 2025, the electricity price will range from 3.5 new Taiwan dollars per kilowatt hour to 5.6 new Taiwan dollars per kilowatt hour. At the same time, in order to support the development of owners and small businesses, the electricity price for PV systems below 10 kilowatt remains unchanged. The FIT program is open to all types of PV projects, including ground-mounted PV power stations, and has driven the growth of Taiwan's rooftop PV market in recent years. According to data from the Ministry of Energy, as the end of December 2023, Taiwan's cumulative PV power generation capacity reached 12.418 gigawatt, following the addition of 2 gigawatt of capacity each year in 2023 and 2022. Taiwan add another 2.7 gigawatt of capacity in 2024. The next one is Italy updated its Transition 5.0 tax credit for European solar module. HJT or Tandem could enjoy max 150% bonus of total cost on January 13. Italy updated its subsidies for domestic manufacturing activity, actively responding to the EU's initiative at the end of December to accelerate the construction of localized manufacturing capacity within the EU. According to the PV sector, the higher the cell efficiency, the greater the subsidy received. For modules assembled with heterojunction and tandem cell with an efficiency exceeding 24%, the maximum subsidy based on cost can reach 150%, up from the previous rate of 140%. And that's it. Thank you.